Let's go to Mickey's private island.
It's Castaway Key Day.
Hey there, Mam Fam. It's our last day aboard the Disney Wish.
It's Castaway Key Day, which is Disney's private island, and we have some fun experiences that we've never done before booked. But first, coffee.
Always coffee. We ordered room service for breakfast this morning, and room service is essentially open 24 hours every day of a Disney cruise, except for the final day. And I love taking advantage of the continental breakfast that you can get, putting out your door tab before 3 a.m. will allow you to select some items. And this morning we've gotten some toast, croissants, jam jelly, and my favorite, of course, the Raisin Bran cereal, which you know how Molly feels about that.
I'm not as worried about your Raisin Bran today as I am very excited about the double the carbs situation.
True, we are going on a bike ride later.
Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry.
You know what's better than coffee?
What?
Coffee with this view.
It is stunning. Stunning.
Made it off of the ship and onto Castaway. Fun fact, the ship is not black. You actually can't paint ships black because that's the color the pirates use, not the fun pirates. So it's actually a color called Monica Blue because there was a Disney Imagineer who came in wearing a sweater this color named Monica, and they were like, that's it. That's how we can do the black, because they wanted the ships to be Mickey's iconic color palette. Getting off the ship, they have towels for you. You don't have to bring those with you. They also sell coolers if you'd like to purchase a cooler full of some water. And now the fun begins. Also, as a note, if you're over 18, you need to bring an ID with you on the island. Your driver's license is fine. You don't have to bring your passport, but make sure you have that when you're getting off. And now you're in Castaway. The way Castaway is laid out is you're going to take a short walk. The first thing you're going to come across is Marge's Barges, which is where most of the activities check in. We have to be back there in a little over an hour. And then you've got your trams here. If you would like to take a tram to the main part of the island, you can. At the main part, you'll find Scuttle's Cove, which is the kids' activities, as well as the family beach. This is where the main dining, snorkeling. And then if you want to continue on to the adult section, which is called Serenity Bay, there's a different tram you have to get on. You can check the app for when the characters are going to come out, but your classic friends come out in a few different spaces along Castaway Cay, including the post office, like right where you get off the ship. You've got Mickey or Minnie will come out with the cute little Jeep and have the ship in the background, or they'll be at the big Mount Rushmore, an
Nice.
icon. And they're just so cute. Oh my gosh. We haven't seen Chip and Dale yet on this trip, so we're going to say hey.
Killer bathing suits.
God, they're so cute. Also, as a pro tip, the app may or may not work on the island because it's run off Wi-Fi unless you want to use your data for some reason. So make sure you kind of screenshot your plans and know your plans prior to. Don't rely on the app. Ooh, you look so cute. I love your bathing suit.
Aren't they cute? They're so adorable. I know, you're looking good
Oh,
today.
yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh!
Yes.
Yes,
I
very
love
nice.
that your tail, yeah, you've
My
got room
goodness.
for the tail to
Model
come out.
us.
Oh.
Where's our red carpet? We should have rolled it out today.
So cute.
We'll bring it. Very good.
Oh my
Right
goodness.
here.
1, 2, and 3.
Saw Chip and Dale. They were adorable. Also, they respect tank top season. They are active participants. Fantastic. So now we're going to check out She Sells Seashells, the merch shop here on Castaway Key, one of the merch shops here on Castaway Key, and see what they've got. While you are on Castaway Key, there are Castaway Key exclusive items that you can only find here on the island. They won't even be on the ship. So if you find something that you like, it's my recommendation to go ahead and pick it up because you're not finding it anywhere else. Alongside the Castaway Key exclusive merchandise like shirts and hats, you can also pick up various sundries like sunscreen, goggles, phone cases that you may have forgotten on the ship or may have forgotten on your trip. What about that tie-dye shirt there, Malls?
I really want this one.
Are you sure you don't want the Stitch vacation mode? I'm on island time.
I might get the blue tag.
I like it. Picked up some sunscreen and a postcard to mail from Castaway Key because it will have an exclusive postage mark when it arrives back at our abode.
You can buy stamps at the post office, which are right when you first walk in. The Castaway here said the hours are a little bit uncertain and they kind of do what they want at the post office, but if they're closed, they can mail it from the ship. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. Grab yourself a little postcard and send it to yourself so that when you get home from your cruise, you're happy and not sad that you're no longer on a Disney cruise. You'll probably still be a little sad, but you might be at 1% less sad if you get yourself a postcard.
That's math. We have about 45 minutes until we have to check in for our excursion. And I think that leaves us with plenty of time to go and nab a smoothie from our pal Olaf.
Over on our left-hand side, that's the family beach. That's the main beach here at Castaway. It does get pretty crowded with people taking good chairs. So if you do plan on spending the majority of your day out on the beach, I recommend getting off the ship a little bit earlier. That is also where you're gonna see some of the other extracurriculars like the snorkeling, which is really fun. You're gonna see the stingray experience. We're walking past the conked out bar also. This is the main bar if you'd like a libation while here at the family beach. But the family beach definitely gets more crowded than the adult only beach, so keep that in mind for your planning purposes. Also, highly recommend the snorkeling. It's super fun. It's unlike snorkeling you're gonna do anywhere else, and it's better here on the family beach than at Serenity Bay because there are hidden Disney things under the water here at the family beach, like old Dumbo ride vehicles or the Prince Eric statue from The Little Mermaid. And if you do snorkeling over at Serenity Bay, it'll just be like the water, which is fine, but it's not as cool as a Dumbo. We did the snorkeling on our Disney Dream Cruise, so you can watch that video. We also did the stingray experience, which I was obsessed with, on our Disney Magic video, so you can watch those as well. But we've got something new and exciting planned for today.
Olaf's Summertime Freeze is a place to pick up a number of frozen beverages, all non-alcoholic, while here on Castaway Key. And if you look around, there are a number of fun hidden Easter eggs and treats. The crates on the exterior showing Arendelle frozen berries. You have an Olaf statue that's in the shade and very clearly not melting, although the snow on Castaway Key is comical in and of itself. What'd you find?
Olaf on the island having photo fun. Like he is like all his
Oh, he's having a
photos
photo
of
op?
all his adventures on the island. It's really cute.
Now these beverages will be at an additional cost to you and charged to your room, but on a day like today, it's worth it.
I'm just obsessed with Olaf living his best life on the island, doing all the different activities. I especially love this one because his little seagull friend. Oh my gosh, look. Olaf's floaty is a reindeer.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh my gosh. You're so cute, Olaf. All the little details are so cute. Because here's this little sign for Wandering Oaken's training post. And while the crates on the other side said Arendelle berries and carrots, this one says...
Big summer blowout.
So cute. Cheers.
Cheers.
What'd you get?
I got the Ice Palace, which is banana, mango, and pineapple. It's a nice smoothie. On a day like today on Castaway Key, when it is on the warm side, not oppressively warm, this is a nice refresher. What about you? What'd you get?
I got the Kristoff's Ice Harvest, which is frozen lemonade based with some juices and coconut water. He told me it's not sweet, it's really tart, and that's correct. But I agree. They're $6.25 each, which we could have gotten very beautiful souvenir cups and it would have been a little bit more, but sadly we did not acquire those.
Could you imagine taking one of those souvenir cups on our excursion?
Just like carrying it with us. Yeah.
More like holding on for dear life, really.
Speaking of, let's head to it.
Yeah.
Thank you. All ready for the beach, exactly. Big smiles right here first at this camera. 1, 2, 3.
Met Mickey Mouse. He's just so cute.
Very cute.
So cute in his little Jeep with his little shoes. And now we're headed on a new adventure. We're going parasailing. Have you ever been parasailing?
Nope, I'm not sure I meant to fly.
You can fly. We can fly.
We are gonna fly. All it takes is faith, trust, pixie dust, a parachute, and a trained professional, and the wind.
And a boat going very fast below us.
Yes.
And hopefully a solid tether.
Otherwise, it'll be like Jurassic Park 3, where they crash and end up on an island full of dinosaurs.
Why would you say that?
Just wanting you to be aware of the possibilities. Parasailing is about an hour-long experience. It's $140 per person. This was another thing our awesome travel agent Kim from Be Our Guest Vacations booked for us. She sent a list of all the things you can do on Castaway, and we haven't done parasailing before, so why not? Dinosaurs is why not, but besides that, why not? Alan, I don't think we need to worry about the dinosaurs though. At least not Jurassic Park dinosaurs. That's the wrong theme park. We'll be fine. Until Disney moves all the dinosaurs from Dinoland here onto the island. Can you imagine? Just the Carnotaurus, just like...
For obvious reasons, we're not going to be filming on this camera or mic during this experience, lest you hear my screams.
We did just sign a waiver, and we're ready to go. The waiver said, watch out for dinosaurs. I read it. I read the fine print.
What waiver did you sign?
You didn't read the fine print. It's there.
Well, we survived.
I only saw 3 dinosaurs.
Okay.
For real, I saw 1 large fish in the water, and I'm going to believe it was a shark.
It was a very large fish. I will also say that at times while parasailing, we were higher than the highest deck of the Wish, so 14 decks up. The view was incredible. I think seeing the ship and frankly all of Castaway Key.
Watch out for that tree.
Yeah, you know, George of the Jungle style. Seeing all of Castaway Key that way was very cool because at its peak, you could see the entire island.
It was absolutely beautiful up there. You also got really cool views just riding out on the boat.
Yeah.
That in itself was enjoyable. A nice leisurely boat ride, and you could see the ship and everything. So
I think, for me at least, it's a bit of a one and done adventure. Once you see the boat, once you see the views.
Parasailing's one and done, or parasailing here?
Parasailing here.
Yeah.
I would do parasailing again just because what a cool feeling that is.
It's very cozy and comfortable. The guides were fantastic.
Yes.
But I agree. You've seen it. It's gorgeous. Next cruise, we'll do a different type of excursion.
It is a bit of a pricier excursion, but if you're not looking to lounge on the beaches and you want a sense of adventure, I think it might be worth it for you to give parasailing a try.
Just as a note, if you do want to tip your parasailing guides, you are going to need to bring cash with you. They will accept US dollars, but note there is not an ATM on the island or on the ship. For now, we face our biggest challenge yet. Bicycles.
What?
Alan, I don't have very good balance as a person. So I really am concerned about my balance on a bicycle.
We're gonna have fun. Bike rental is $15 per person, and it will say on the cruise line app schedule that you can pick it up at 8:30 in the morning, but that is just because you can pick up your bikes at any time of day on your Castaway Cay stay. There are a number of nature trails that you can bike on, and you can also bike to Serenity Bay, and I'm excited to explore. Are you looking forward to exploring some of the nature trails, maybe going to see the lighthouse?
I hope we see those dinosaurs again.
Uh-huh. I think I'm most excited on a leisurely day to be able to... I've lost her. Look at her scurry. And she returns, yes, with the best pre-physical activity treat, soft serve.
I got you banana.
Thank you. I'll enjoy that.
This is where the airplanes would bring things to the island.
Yes.
By things, I mean...
Illicit substances. No, no.
I mean stuff.
Yes.
I mean snow.
Oh God, that's somehow worse. The airplane.
There it is, the airplane.
Yeah, the exact airplane. That's a big lizard. We have arrived at Lookout Point, and what should greet us after a beautiful little bike ride other than a set of stairs? Also, the flags on the front translate to Welcome to Castaway Cay, which is really fun, using the maritime flag translator tool they provided. Whoa! That's cool, look.
The ship.
The ship.
It's very beautiful out here, and while no wildlife was detected with the binoculars that are up here, we did happen to spot the bird that's on the bike riding signs in the outhouse right here. So honestly, that alone was worth this ride. That is very funny. You know that phrase, it's just like riding a bike?
I do.
Turns out that's true. And I was better at riding a bike than I thought I would be.
You did well.
Also, that bike ride produced one of my favorite Disney Easter eggs of all time. I love that bird's in the outhouse. What a gem.
It's my favorite. It's so funny.
It's ridiculous, and I love that.
I really love the biking experience. That was a ton of fun. Would 100% do again and try some of the new trails. But for now, I don't know about you, Malls, but I'm hungry.
Yes,
Short, sweet, to the point.
always.
There are food options on Castaway Key. You have cookies and cookies too at the main island section, and also Serenity Bay Barbecue located at Serenity Bay, the adults only section. Now, it's all fairly standard barbecue, with Serenity Bay getting a little bit of a zhuzh given that it's in the adult area. The burgers you can find here are pretty good. Unlimited ice cream, which is something I'm a fan of, and then really good fresh fruit, but the food on the Wish is unbeatable. So we're headed back there.
For our final lunch aboard the Disney Wish, we thought, why go to one festival of food when you can go to all the festivals of food? So we are going to have a throwdown between Donald and his cantina, Daisy and her pizza pies, Mickey and his smokestack barbecue, and Goofy and his grill. What does the winner get?
A warm and fuzzy feeling inside.
That's nice. What do you want to start with first?
Pizza.
All right, first contestant, Daisy and her pizza pies. This is a margarita pizza, so a classic. Oh, it's very cheesy. It's pretty fine, quick service pizza. The crust is pretty good. It's really cheesy. I like the prosciutto and arugula one we had the other day a little bit better. This is going to be a crowd pleaser because they've also got cheese and pepperoni for your kids and your picky eaters.
Yeah, this is 100% for your picky eaters in the family. It's quick service pizza.
Yes.
That isn't puffy,
No, thank goodness.
which is a win.
Yeah.
How about barbecue next?
Mickey is our next contestant.
Now, we brought the barbecue
What do you have for me, Chef?
in the way that you should be consuming this barbecue.
Okay, its finest moment.
And that is mac and cheese, pulled pork. If you're not a pork person, they also have brisket.
Chicken too.
And sausage. Really a variety. Still the same method applies. Pork, coleslaw, and their bread and butter pickle. All of this should be consumed in one bite with the barbecue sauce of your choice. I go with the tangy mustard sauce. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. The biggest shock and surprise is how solid the barbecue is on this ship in a quick service location.
No, I do think I like the brisket a little bit more. I think it's interesting about the barbecue. I do think it's really good. I think it's solid. It's so much better when you put it all together. Like the mac and cheese, it's fine on its own. It'll please people who like mac and cheese. But when added, the crispiness of the coleslaw and the saltiness of the meat, lovely. Mickey, good job.
Solid contender. For your consideration, chef, I have brought a burger and a tender.
A classic.
We'll take turns eating a bite of each, I suppose.
Yeah.
I start with tender, you start with burger. I don't know what they do to these tenders.
The burger is standard. It tastes like you went to somebody's barbecue and they flipped burgers on the grill. It's solid. It's got all the produce that you want. It's fresh. Is it going to blow your mind? Probably not. It's no chicken tender, but it's a solid offering. And last but certainly not least, the number one duck, Donald, with his cantina where you can do burritos, bowls, or tacos. We both did a burrito. I'm normally a taco girly, but something inside of me said burrito today, so.
They were right. Burritos are the peak.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Cheers.
Wait. And what I especially love about Donald's, the salsa bar. There's like 15 different salsas you can try. Alan tried them all last time and ranked them, but I love this chili lime hot sauce in particular. Amazing.
This is just so good. And it tastes quality, which is, again, we're on a cruise ship, you must remember, at one of the quick service locations. And this is very, very tasty. I'm a sucker for a sauce bar, though. So now all that's left is to rank them.
It's time to crown a winner.
Starting at the bottom.
Our fourth place award goes to Daisy.
The pizzas are just
They're fine.
okay.
They're fine.
Number 3.
Our third place winner, Goofy. And this is not exclusively a reflection on Goofy's appearance at the grill.
I don't like it.
Chicken tenders aside, which are exquisite. Everything else is, again, fine. It's a solid burger. I assume it's a solid hot dog. Chicken, it's classics and you're going to be pleased, but it's nothing that exciting.
Both very safe bets for the picky eaters in your party. Number 2, though.
Our runner-up,
Mickey Smokehouse Barbecue.
Mickey Mouse.
I mean, surprisingly good barbecue for a quick service on a cruise ship.
Nice variety.
Yeah, good variety. And the combo is really where it's at. The individual players, not going to blow you away, but together they create a delightful chorus.
Yep. Which means our winner by a landslide. He truly is number one, Donald Duck and his cantina.
And a sauce bar.
Maybe it's the salsa bar that puts him so far ahead, but it's fresh, it's delicious, it's simple, the tortillas are good, everything about it is A+. One of my favorite things to eat on the ship, so congrats to Donald. And if you come on the Wish, make sure you visit the cantina. Delicious feastival consumed. Now we are going to go relax at the Rainforest room at the Sensa Spa, which is a beautiful, luxurious, adults-only area where there's different like heated chairs and saunas, and there's whirlpools, and it's just like relaxation, luxuriation times a million. So we're going to go enjoy that for a little bit, and then we'll be back to do another fun activity.
See you soon. After an hour of luxuriating, we have made our way to Keg and Compass, the Viking-themed sports bar, for a beer tasting. This tasting ran at $45 per person and gives you an opportunity to sit down with a bartender who has personally curated, in this case, beers, but in other cases, martinis or special mixology, mixed beverages for you to sample and learn a little bit of history about the alcohol in question. Well, that was a ton of fun. Very enjoyable, learned a lot, got to sample, 5 different brews?
Big shout out to Marcelo, who was the bartender and the teacher of that class. He was very, very interesting, very funny, and I just love these beverage classes because as someone who enjoys a beverage or two, and as a lifelong learner, it's fun to learn about the history of or how the different process and how these different cocktails are made.
Also, I think what it lets you do is respect it more when you order something, which has been true for all of the different classes that we've taken. I've found myself thinking a little bit more and having a different respect for the cocktail or the, in this case, beer that's being served.
And I think they're a really good bargain for the most part. Obviously, you're not drinking 5 full-size beers. You probably get one, a little more than one in the end, but after you do all those pours. But I think it's really interesting. I think the price point is good for most of these classes. So if you are someone that enjoys a libation of a particular variety, definitely look into these. And if you don't see it available right when you're able to book your activities, keep checking back because people cancel on the ship, and you may be able to book something a little bit closer to or even on board.
But for now, I kind of want to go sit, enjoy some music for a bit for the evening.
From one bar to the other, they are going to have some live music at the Bayou, which is the Princess and the Frog themed bar. So we're going to go check that out.
I also want a beignet.
Always.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome back to the Bayou. I just think this space is so beautiful, from the lanterns at the bar to the tile work to the little Princess and the Frog details. Absolutely stunning. And this is a bar that has the Wishers playing. That's the band jamming out right now. And they'll do different sets throughout the cruise. They've done Disney songs, they've done rock songs, and right now they are doing a set dedicated to the Beatles. Obviously one of the greatest bands of all time. One of my favorite bands, grew up listening to them. So had to come and enjoy that with a few cocktails and maybe a Ben Yas. A fun fact about me, the first time I ever did karaoke, it was to Can't Buy Me Love by the Beatles. It was at Kings Island, the theme park in Cincinnati. My mom told me that I would be too scared to do it because I was about 7 years old and it was karaoke in front of hundreds of people. My mom, who's not very much like a center of attention kind of person like I am, told me if I get scared, she's not coming up there to bail me out. But you know what? I did it. And was I good? No, that's not important. But what's important is that I faced my fears, I sang in front of hundreds of people, and now I have a special love for the Beatles.
And for my beverage, I got the smoked fashion with Bayou Romexo, Mardi Gras, and bitters. Now, this is an old-fashioned, which I love, with rum, and that was kind of unexpectedly delightful. I really enjoyed the depth of flavor and the fact that it is served in a beautiful smoked wooden chest. So when you open it up, it's like you're opening up a smoky treasure. It's so, so good.
And for my beverage, I grabbed a classic espresso martini. The drink itself was a standard espresso martini, so coffee, vodka. But the reason I wanted it is because I noticed they had a Ripple machine, which meant they could print a cute Disney wish design on it. Note, if you're ever getting an alcoholic beverage with a Ripple machine, they can't print a character on it, like they can't put Mickey Mouse on it, but they can put the ship logo, and it was a really fun way to have one of my favorite beverages with a little magic. Changed for dinner, and a couple things I wanted to point out. One, on the last night of your cruise, you're going to have two options for your next day as far as your luggage goes. Either you can take your stuff off the ship, but you have to get off very, very early.
7 a.m.
Lug your own luggage off, or in your room, your steward is going to have left a character tag. You have to have that out by a certain time. For us, it was 10 p.m., so make sure you've got that all packed up, ready to go. Anything you want taken off the ship, and then anything you need to carry with you in a carry-on, clothes for tomorrow, pajamas, toiletries, you have packed with you. The other thing we did is that we went by Shutters, which is the photo pass center for any pictures that you've taken on board. There are different photo packages. There are digital downloads. You can get prints. There were a couple cute pictures of us with the Sanderson sisters that we wanted, so we purchased those. And I found out you can actually scan a QR code and do it all on your phone and download them right from there. They'll charge your room. But note, you have to be on board to purchase these pictures. Once you get off the ship, you're not going to have access to them anymore. So if you want any pictures, make sure you get them on board.
Up next, we have dinner at 1923, which is themed to Walt and Roy Disney, even featuring Walt and Roy Disney rooms. Now, we are going to be in the Roy Disney room. This is filled with artwork throughout the annals of Disney history, covering a number of classic films. It's really beautiful to behold, and I can't wait to explore the artwork we are going to be around. In fact, this menu was my favorite the last time we were on the Wish, so I'm excited to try it again.
Beyond the absolutely gorgeous displays throughout the restaurant celebrating different Disney classic films, the menu itself is a celebration of the 100 years of Disney history. 1923 is the year the Disney Brothers Studios founded, and some of the names of the dishes are nods to different things in Disney history. Like on the appetizers list, you have the Alameda Porcini Spiced Ahi Tuna. Alameda is one of the streets that the Disney studio currently sits on, but you also have the Kingswell Duck Confit Pastilla. Kingswell is the street the original Disney Brothers cartoon studio sat on. Looking at the salads, you've got a split baby romaine lettuce. You've also got a fennel and pear salad, a couple of different soups, including a corn chowder with guinea hen. And as far as the entrees go, you have a pasta dish, a salmon, a chicken, rack of lamb fillet. Pretty classic dishes. And then, of course, you have some vegetarian and lighter fare.
We started off with fig and olive bread with a honey butter dip, and the star of this show is the honey butter. It's just delicious. I will never turn it down. And the fig and olive bread was nice, a little sweet with a little bit of the earthiness from the olive. Just a big fan all around.
Probably no surprise, I started with the burrata and mozzarella cheese and prosciutto di Parma. It also comes with a crisp cranberry and sunflower seed filo and a charred blood orange. This is a very simple dish. I do wish you got more of that cranberry and sunflower filo. It's got a little bit of sweetness to balance out the saltiness of the meat and the creaminess of the cheese, but it's a good portion size otherwise. Simple deliciousness. We also grabbed the Hyperion 4-cheese tricolor tortellini de share, which is served with Meyer lemon, artichoke, sun-dried tomato, and baby spinach. This is a fine pasta dish. The green color is kind of surprising. I love the little zest from the lemon and all of the cheeses, but it's not going to be my favorite pasta dish of the meal. Spoiler alert.
I started off with the Alameda Porcini Spiced Ahi Tuna with pickled lotus root, oyster mushroom, black sesame brittle, and wasabi and uzu mayonnaise. I love sushi grade tuna, and this was delicious. It tasted very fresh when you're on a cruise ship, which is nice, and I really enjoyed how all the flavors combined together. This is just one of my favorite dishes at this restaurant.
For a salad, I grabbed the split Napa baby romaine lettuce, which has Caesar dressing, heirloom grape tomatoes, Parmesan, and ciabatta garlic croutons. Listen, this is just a wedge salad with a Caesar outfit on, but I love it. I love Caesar salad. I love the presentation. Never going to turn this down.
And for my salad, I picked up the fennel, Bartlett pear, and tatsoi salad with manchego cheese, walnuts, and sherry dressing. This salad is bright and refreshing with the fennel marrying with that sherry dressing for some earthiness and acidity. The manchego cheese, though, is the real star of the show. It has that nice nutty flavor that adds to the depth of the dish, and I just really enjoyed this salad. Although it could be because my body just needed vegetables after 4 days on a cruise ship. I also picked up the pulled guinea hen corn chowder with Yukon Gold potatoes, cilantro, and smoked bacon. This was okay. There was a little bit of sweetness coming in from the corn. You had a bite of the cilantro, adding a little bit of that earthy flavor, and the bacon complementing that with some fattiness. Ultimately, not my favorite dish I've had. It was just okay. I probably wouldn't order it again. And Molly and I both got the 1923 peppered filet mignon with buttered long beans, smoked bacon, crushed fingerling potato hash, and pink pepper cafe au lait. The steak itself is nothing special. It is going to be the best steak of the 3 sit-down restaurants you have in rotational dining on the Wish, but it's still not my favorite. I think what really shines here is the pink pepper cafe au lait. It's just a nice bit of acidity and pepperiness to the steak that is otherwise pretty one note. The fingerling potato hash is best described as a mashed potato situation, and I'm never going to be mad about mashed potatoes. And the long beans are wrapped in that smoked bacon, which, listen, they might just be green beans, but bacon elevates everything.
I also got the filet, as Alan mentioned, but as a pro tip, ask your server for the dolphin wa potatoes that come with the rack of lamb. Our servers were amazing and brought me a little side of extras. These are the potatoes that are the winner. It's an au gratin layered potato dish, very thinly sliced potatoes with a creamy, cheesy layer, that crispy baked cheese on top. These are delightful and my favorite thing at the restaurant. Also to share, we grabbed the tortiglione pasta. Basically, I told my server I couldn't decide which one I wanted, and she said, why not have both? This has got a Prosecco cream sauce, pancetta, shallots, cremini mushrooms, and a lemon thyme on top. This is a very delicious pasta dish. It's a nice creamy dish, very rich because of the Prosecco cream, and it's broken up by a little zestiness from the lemon, a little earthiness from the mushroom and shallots. Pasta was cooked well, saltiness from the pancetta. Highly recommend this dish if you're a pasta fan.
I picked up the signature dessert, which is the Burbank Blueberry Lemon Bavarian Cream with Ecuador Vanilla Bean, lemon rocks, and a dried raspberry meringue. I really enjoyed this. It was very light. The blueberry and lemon complemented each other well with a little bit of that citrus acidity and that depth of blueberry flavor. And the Bavarian cream was incredibly light and carried forward the dish with a little bit of a textural contrast with those lemon rocks. I really enjoyed this.
And I grabbed the Atwater Fuji apple cheesecake. It comes served in a sweet dough shell with caramelized apples, cinnamon cheesecake on top, and a rolled oat crumble. This is a pretty fine dessert. It kind of tastes like apple pie and a cheesecake had a beautiful baby. I like the texture from the rolled oats. It's not an overtly sweet dessert, which I'm a fan of as well. Is it the best dessert you're ever going to have? No. But if you like apple pie, it's worth a shot. Our sweet servers also surprised us by bringing us out some of the churros caliente, which again are a sugar-spiced churro with a dulce de leche dipping sauce. These are really good churros. Like, the churro themselves is warm and fresh. It's not stale at all. I just wish there was a little bit more actual spice. I didn't really taste any of that coming through, just the sweetness from the sugar and the dulce de leche sauce, which is very creamy and tasty. I would recommend these if you're going to 1923. Overall, this is my favorite of the 3 rotational menus. Not only do I enjoy the food, but I love the atmosphere and taking time to walk through and look at each of the display cases. So I always look forward to a meal at this restaurant on the Wish.
Well, we had a delightful dinner at 1923.
Definitely my favorite of the rotational dining restaurants. And now we are gathered in the Grand Hall for one last evening of magic. Took a quick look at Cinderella's statue with the cute little Jacques and Gus hiding in her skirt.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're hiding from Lucifer, I understand.
Lucifer's coming for him.
He's the devil.
Every night on the final night of a Disney cruise, you'll have what is affectionately referred to as a character palooza, where if there's somebody you have not seen and you would like to, you'll have a last opportunity to visit them before having a final farewell.
It's really sweet and beautiful, and I'm really hoping to meet Minnie Mouse in her pants, because she's a queen.
I'd like to see Donald.
Ooh, okay, we're trying to get both of them. That's the mission.
We'll get back to you and let you know how successful we were.
I know, pink, very good. We're gonna look over here and 1, 2, 3. And how about?
Hey, Donald!
Based on the tacos, I ate at your cantina many times. They were delicious. Best meal on the ship right there. Number 1, that's you.
We are perfect.
You're a queen. Yeah, Daisy loves your dress and your style, outfit. Looking gorgeous. Amazing. All right, and strike a pose. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
appreciate you.
What should we sing?
Right there, yeah, you good. 1, 2, and 3.
My dears, the time draws near for our final wish, made loud and clear.
Right, everyone, you all heard our fairy godmother. Now, let us all call out the magic words, wishes to come true, all together on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wishes
to come
Your wish is granted.
Oh, thank you, fairy godmother. Now, this truly has been a wish come true.
Well, that brings our Halloween on the High Seas cruise on the Disney Wish to a close.
We enjoyed the Character Palooza, where we met 4 characters in rapid succession: Captain Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Pluto, and then watched the very sweet farewell show that definitely didn't make me cry.
Certainly didn't. That isn't at all like you to cry at anything.
When they say goodbye to Captain Minnie,
That's really sweet.
ugh, she's not been top billed for too long. We love her. I love the Disney Wish. I know that's kind of a controversial opinion. A lot of Disney Cruise Line fans prefer the Dream or the Fantasy, and while I've not been on the Fantasy yet, I just love a lot of things about the Disney Wish. For me, my favorite thing is how themed some of the spaces are. If I'm on a Disney cruise and paying for a Disney cruise, I want to feel like I'm on a Disney ship. So I love the Bayou and the Hyperspace Lounge and the Rose and Nightingales and all these themed heavily locations.
I also think it was really fun to come and experience for the first time for both of us a themed cruise experience. Never done a Halloween cruise, never done a Marvel Day at Sea, never done any of the Christmas activities, so this is a themed experience. Was a ton of fun because you get not just one with the Pirate Night, but a second theme night with Halloween. On top of all that, though, I do need to know, let's talk about our favorites for what we had. So the favorite meal.
You know, Enchanté brunch was phenomenal. I mean, the service was amazing. That space is amazing. It's an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous restaurant overlooking a perfect day at sea. And that's one of those menus where you don't make requests or substitutions. You let them tell you what you're eating, and it's amazing. And that cheese plate, I'm going to think about it for days. One of the best desserts I've ever had. So Enchanté is one of those experiences that when people are like, why are you in your 30s without children going on a Disney cruise? That's why.
Yeah, I think that meal is just... It's the first time ever that I've sat down and had a chef tell me what to go eat. I think for me, my favorite meal was probably Paulo dinner. It had the best steak I've ever eaten. It's one of those situations where you sit back and go, I'm going to splurge on this, and it was so very worth it. Very, very tasty. And so unique from the Palo experience we had on the Magic, because this is, of course, this Palo's Steakhouse with an entire new La Carne section of the menu.
Now, both of those are add-on experiences. We did a bunch of add-on experiences, not only with dining, but we also did some of the recreation activities and some other things, just because we've done the Classic Wish Cruise, and we wanted to explore other options to see what there is, see if anyone else would be interested in those, show you what they're like. Of the non-specialty dining, what was your favorite thing you ate, though?
Oh, wow. I have to give a shout out here to 1923. They have the tortiglia pasta is
Very
just
good.
so
Very
very
good
good. I think it's my favorite dish that we had non-paid experience on the Wish.
I also love the steak, and get the potatoes, not the potatoes that come with the steak, get the other potatoes because they're fantastic.
the gratin.
But I gotta give a shout out to Donald's Cantina.
Oh my
I ate
goodness.
so many of those tacos on board. I love the hot sauce bar, and the quick service on the ship is miles above any of the other Disney Cruise Line ships.
Absolutely. What about entertainment?
You know, it's really hard to beat fireworks at sea. I love Pirate Night. Not only do I love the theme of pirates, I love that the music all becomes pirates. The characters are so cute in their pirate outfits, but it is hard to beat pirates fireworks at sea to the Pirates of the Caribbean score. It's just awesome.
I agree 100% with the Disney themed approach. I love Pirate Night. Having seen it before, I'm gonna give it to Halloween.
Is it because of Chippendale's really cute outfits?
Not only that, I don't think I've ever been as excited for a character meet and greet experience than meeting the Sanderson sisters with Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle.
Obviously. Iconic.
They slayed.
Iconic.
Love them. The energy that Clarabelle was giving throughout that,
Queen.
just yes.
An absolute queen.
So Disney does a theme night really well. I hope, and I hope that it does translate to other theme nights like the Marvel Nights of the Star Wars or Christmas even.
I want to do a day at sea really bad now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marvel or Pixar would be my choices.
For sure.
Okay, what about like recreation or extracurricular?
I think for me, my favorite experience was an add-on experience, but it is 100% an add-on experience I would do again every time I go to Castaway. Actually, I'm confident in saying that I would do it every time.
It's going to be the bikes.
Biking. It was just such a unique way, a pretty inexpensive, all things considered, way of exploring Castaway Key. And going to that nice little outlook point with one of the best Easter eggs I've ever seen. I really love that.
I enjoyed that far more than I thought I did. I also really enjoyed the parasailing. So much fun. But for me, the add-on that I would add every time I'm on a Disney cruise is the Rainforest room.
Oh, especially on the Wish.
It's definitely a splurge. It's an expensive add-on, but if you are coming on a cruise to relax, to luxuriate, to have some special adult time, if you are wanting the opposite of a Disney theme park, the Rainforest room is just the most, like, I literally hit those heated chairs when I'm asleep.
It is. Genuinely. I'm kind of taken aback by it.
I could be wide awake and then asleep.
But for all the things that are great on the Wish, I do think we should acknowledge some things that might be not our favorites. That's the best way I can think
You
about
can't give
that.
everything its flowers, otherwise nothing has flowers.
True. I think for me, I still wish the adults-only area of the pool deck was a little bit bigger. I completely understand that the Wish has a ton of themed bars and areas that do at some point become adults-only, but it would be nice to have a little bit more of that designated space on the pool deck.
For me, I don't love the nighttime entertainment on the Wish in the theater. I love Seize the Adventure, and I do acknowledge that Aladdin and The Little Mermaid are beautiful shows production-wise, but for me, I am much more of a fan of what I call the montage shows, like Seize the Adventure, where you get a bunch of different characters doing an original production. And on other ships like the Dream, for example, you've got multiple of those type of shows that keep me coming back, whereas I've already seen Little Mermaid, I didn't feel compelled to see it again.
All in all, I still think the Wish is my favorite ship in the fleet, which I know is a controversial take. I have not been on the Fantasy or the Wonder, so I'm excited to hopefully get to do those at some point. But this, it just never fails to leave me with a smile on my face, regardless of the activities that we're doing, despite its flaws. It's just such a fun experience.
I love the artwork everywhere. I love the little displays everywhere. It is just the most Disney of the ships, I think, and I really cherish it for that. But also, no Disney cruise line is complete without the incredible, incredible cast.
Yes.
They are truly where the magic lies on these ships, and it's because of them that people come back time and time again. So every cast member we interacted with was wonderful. We had wonderful service, wonderful bar experiences, wonderful classes, trivia games everywhere, but we want to shout out a couple of our favorite cast members that we interacted with multiple times and just really made our experience special.
So, a massive thank you to Maria, who was an incredible server we had at the Bayou.
Big shout out to Jay at Nightingales and Carlos at Nightingales, who served us some incredible drinks.
Mm-hmm. Fred, who while worked at Nightingales the majority of the time, also led an incredible class on our first day about champagne, and just is a mixology mad scientist.
Thank you to Bryce at Hook's Barbary. He made us some incredible old fashions at the kind of secret speakeasy space. Amazing. Best old fashioned I've ever had.
This is a big one. Nuna, who is now at Hyperspace Lounge, but when we met Nuna, it was on our first sailing in February when we went on the Wish, and she was at Nightingales. A hoot. Love Nuna.
Delight.
Always a pleasure to go back and visit with her. She's just a little extra sprinkling of pixie dust. Just love her.
Alexis, who is our server at Enchanté for brunch, he was French, so he told us all about everything. Also, he told us that he grew up eating the butter that we ate, and that's what he thought all butter tasted like. So I'm a little jealous of him, but also he provided an incredible experience at that very, very special brunch.
I'm also sad because imagine when he tasted other butter.
Imagine you eat French butter your whole life, and
Right.
then you come to the United States and they're like, here's country crock. You would be sad.
I can understand some anger there.
Yeah,
Huge shout out to Nova and Zelda, who are our servers through our rotational dining. Absolutely incredible gems. Adore them both. I have a new secret handshake with Nova, and you know what? It's cool.
It is cool. And last but certainly not least, Carlos, who was our server at Palo Dinner. He made excellent recommendations from the wine to the courses. He made sure everything was beautiful and fabulous, and it was a really just a romantic and wonderful dinner. So big shout out to him as well.
We're just incredibly grateful to the cast and crew for all of their efforts. We know that without them, this experience doesn't exist, and are incredibly thankful to everyone here who makes this happen, both on stage and backstage. Well, I guess that's it.
We gotta get up early.
Yeah, we do. But, friends, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you are new, follow us on all of our socials, and if you want to join in the conversation about this or any other video that we've made, join us in Discord. The links for all that are down below.
Please let us know what your favorite Disney cruise ship is. If you have recommendations for other cruise ships, experiences, other cruise lines we should go on, let us know that in the comments as well. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And it has been so magical. Good night. Remember when I danced with Oogie Boogie?
I do. It was cool.
That was
As
nice.
Sharpay.
That was nice.
That was great. Remember when I danced to bet on it throughout the ship?
Yeah. I do. You can bet on it.
Yeah, you can bet on it.
Yeah.